Hello everybody, my name is Michael for Tactica Imperialis and welcome to a top tips video on setting up a YouTube channel for wargaming or the hobby in general. I've been in the hobby for 6 years now and I've been on YouTube for 9 months and I thought I'm going to give something back to the community. I also did a blog post relating to this on Cadian Shock's blog. If you want to go check that out, there'll be a link in the description. Most of the stuff I'm going to say now is going to be what's on there, but I'm also going to offer some more advice here and there may be some things on there that I miss here. So, what have I learned from YouTube? Well, before that, why did I even get onto YouTube? Because I got onto YouTube because my local gaming community was not very large. We were running out of people to play and time to play in. And so, my friend Ben from Drop Zone Labs recommended to me, why don't you start a YouTube channel for 40k? Because you really enjoy it, but you don't get enough time to play it. So I took him up on his offer and I created Tactica Imperialis. And 9 months on, at the very beginning, I set myself a target, 100 subscribers by Christmas. I set it up in January and I sort of set myself a mini target of 100 subscribers by Christmas. It's now October and I have 150 almost. So for me, I'm having a really great time and I'm getting a lot of what I would consider success out of YouTube because I'm getting more subscribers than I initially intended to get. So it's really good fun and I've learned a lot of things. So for example, I've learned how to talk more confidently to people. I've learned how to choose things that people will enjoy. I've learned how to hook an audience, at least up to a point. And I've also learned different styles of making videos, particularly battle reports. Some things are personal. Some things are just things that I consider to be my preference. Some things though are actually quite useful. So without further ado, these are my top tips for getting started as a hobbyist on YouTube. Number 1, YouTube name and channel design. This is actually quite massive. If you pick a name that doesn't look like it's in the hobby, so you just say use your name, for example, and you pick a channel logo that is maybe just, I don't know, something, people will think, oh, it's just a YouTube user who's created an account for themselves. Move on, even if you've made videos. I know it's harsh, but it's true. So you need to think a little carefully about your channel name. Google, who obviously run YouTube, will only let you change it once. So if you already have an account, you have a chance to change it. If you haven't, you have 2. First pick, and then if you don't like it, you can change it. But you only get 1 change, so make sure it's good. And think really carefully because that is the name when people recommend your channel, if they do, that people will think, right, what was that channel called? Oh yes, that. Whatever name you come up with, I'll let you fill that gap in. Also, your channel logo. If you just do something that's a little bit bland, again, people who might not know what that name means will just think, oh, it's another thing, move on. Again, harsh but true. So sometimes having a logo that grounds itself within the hobby is quite useful. For example, if you're good in Photoshop, you can do a montage of images like I did. You might do an image of some of your favorite models. You might do a piece of artwork, or you might take a piece of artwork and use it. Same with your channel banner, which is the bit that goes behind at the top of your channel. This can actually be quite nice to design as well, especially, again, if you're good with photo editing. You don't have to be. You can just use a plain image. I know I do, or did, before I decided to mess around with fireworks and probably ruined it, but main thing is to make it memorable. If people can remember you, people are going to recommend you, and that's important. Number 2, presentation. This is basically everything about how your video looks. Excuse me. From what you see on the screen, to how much background work you do into the editing, to just how you present yourself and your models. Most of my videos are like this, where I stand in front of the camera and I discuss a topic at length. It doesn't require much editing and it's an easy way to start. So if you're not confident with video editing software or you just don't like video editing, you can easily sit down with a camera and record and then upload the video. It's easy. And it's a really good way to start. If you're not so comfortable with recording an image of yourself, so sitting and talking as I'm doing now, you can easily record yourself talking and have an image on screen and have the sound file underneath. So Commissar Warwick, who's one of my best friends on YouTube, does this. Fritz40k often does this. 40k Scribe does something similar where he still records, but instead of having himself on screen, he has his models on screen. So for example, when he did a Necron Rumours video, he had some Necron Warriors on screen. And that's another easy way to do it, and that requires actually less editing than the overlay and sound one. When it comes to editing, because I'm not saying that you have to do this really basic type of video, you can go absolutely nuts with your editing. It's completely down to you with how much you do. If you're really, really good with iMovie, Movie Maker, whatever other movie editing software you use, then use it as much as you like, however little or how much you want to use. If not, you don't need to, because this sort of video does work as well. Though a little bit can't hurt. I did a news and rumours video where I did my biggest editing job ever, which was just overlaying text, adding in images, and it was my biggest editing job. It's not a lot to look at, but it took a lot of editing for me. Maybe because I suck at editing. You don't need to go nuts. You can, but you don't need to create a really clean, presented video. 3, topics. This is your content, and this is actually huge. So every channel that I've ever watched on YouTube does something slightly different. So what you want to do, your choice. But every channel has their own little thing, its own little staple series. So for Mini Wargaming at the moment, it's their narrative campaigns. They do them all the time and they're amazing, and everybody knows that Mini Wargaming does narrative campaigns. For me, I do codex analysis. I go over codices, I go over the units, and I see what I like. And I give some tactical advice while I'm at it. I also do news and rumours, and news and rumours are actually very popular. So it's a good way for me to increase my viewership. So pick a series you can commit to, something that you actually will want to keep doing, and run with it. It could be painting tutorials. It could be a campaign. It could be modelling guides. It could be tactical articles. It could be just about anything. But play to what you're good at. Don't think, oh, I didn't see any painting tutorials amongst everyone subscribed to. I'm going to do painting tutorials. Maybe that's a good idea, but sometimes if you're not the strongest painter, it's not playing to your strength. So do what you like and play to your strength, not what YouTube is doing. Do what you're good at. But there is absolutely one thing that a hobbyist on YouTube can do that most other forms of media can't really match. Number 4, battle reports. If you have the opportunity, do a battle report. No questions pretty much asked. Just do them. They allow you to show off your army, your opponent's army, and just allow you to introduce more people to your channel, be it through as your opponents or as people who just like watching bat reps, because bat reps are incredibly popular. And they allow you to try out tactics. So if you've seen a tactical video, you can think, ooh, I'm going to try that out, and you can try it out. Possibly you created a tactics video for your army on using a certain thing, and then you put it into practice in a battle report. And if it's a smaller game, or actually any game, 40k, Fantasy, Infinity, Malifaux, Dead Zone, Warmer Hordes, whatever, it gives you a chance to explain the rules of the game to someone who doesn't know them. For example, someone who's just dropped onto your video, maybe from another hobby, and has dropped onto your channel, or you're doing something different. You can explain to them how the game works and possibly hook them into playing the game. Because if you're just watching a game and you don't understand the rules, it can be incredibly confusing. You just turn it off. If you explain the rules as you go, you can actually interest them in the game and its mechanics and get them into playing it. Plus, they are amongst the most engaging videos we can make. So in terms of promoting yourselves, one of the best methods is battle reports, because battle reports are popular. Always. And you also need to do a little bit of balancing there with bat reps. I know some bat reps that go 10 minutes long. I've seen bat reps that are 2 hours long. It really, really just depends. If you have a massive game, I'm talking 5 or 10,000 points in 40k world, that game can go on for absolutely ages, particularly if you don't edit anything out. So you might just need to edit out between turns, and that's okay, but that video is still going to be probably at least 2 hours long. I mean, a 2,000 point Warhammer game took me an hour. A 1,500 point 40k game can take me an hour. It depends though. If you're really just flowing, that's one thing, but sometimes it can drag on, particularly if you don't edit. However, if there's too little, such as it's a 10-minute bat rep, the viewers are going to miss out on a lot of key information, such as what happened where. Mini Wargaming bat reps are an excellent balance. So if you want an example, Mini Wargaming bat reps are excellent. Although if you have a good memory, or perhaps you're recording, taking notes, you can do a detailed end of turn review of what happened, which can take up 5 minutes, where you can just talk about what happened in that turn. Particularly as the game goes on, you can discuss all the crucial things. For me, the best battle reps are ones where you can see the dice, where you can see how the players react to various different things, because that makes the game more real. You get more involved in the game if you can actually see the game unfolding. This doesn't mean you do a no edited battle report, you just show the whole game. I just mean that you show the dice rolls. Perhaps you skip the movement phase, and then everything that requires rolling dice, you don't edit out. It really depends on what you feel confident in doing and how much memory capacity you have in your camera. So if you've got a camera that can only support, I don't know, an hour of footage, there's no point recording a full back rep because you'll probably not pull it off. If you want some examples, there's a playlist in my channel, which I will put in the description. This is a point I didn't mention in the blog post, and that's about confidence. So you have to be very confident in yourself when you start out. You have to think, this is not going to be easy. I know I'm promoting YouTube here for hobbyists, but I have to warn you, in the first couple of months, it can be really difficult to get viewers and get subscribers because you're really small, you haven't done a lot of videos, and it's really blind luck that people will drop onto your content. It is. I don't like to say it, but it is. So all I can say is don't get disheartened. If you're putting videos up like maybe twice a week and they're not getting many views, then don't think, oh, this is pointless, I give up. Shut down. No. That's part of it. I hate to say it, but it's part of it. You've just got to run with it and think, if I keep making more videos and I do more variety, then people will start to find them. Because if you've made 30 videos on one topic, then you're appealing to people who like that topic. And you've got a few videos that people will drop on it. If you make 50 videos with 10 different things, like 5 videos on 10 different things, then you're appealing to a wider community and you've got more scope to make more videos down the line to attract even more people. So variety is important. And don't give up. This is absolutely crucial. If it's going badly for you, don't just think, oh, forget it, I'd give up. No, keep at it. Because if you keep at it, you will reap the rewards down the line. For about 3 months, my channel went nowhere. It was really quite a slow start for me. But 6 months on the line, I'm nearly at 150 subscribers. I have had an absolutely exponential leap in subscribers in the last 3 months. My channel subscriptions have gone like that. It's still slow, so it's actually not like that, it's more like that. But it's growing faster than it used to. And this is the beauty of YouTube. The bigger you get, the more subscribers you get, the more content and people you can appeal to. So you just have to keep going and start to grow. And another way to help with that is general expansion of your channel. There will come a time where you want to grow. There are 3 big ways. The main one, actually, no, there's only 2 big ways to do it. And there probably are others. The main one is to work with other hobbyists. Commenting on other people's videos and interacting with other hobbyists is absolutely huge. Because if you can get responses from those hobbyists, they are going to then think, or people in the comments are going to think, I might actually have a look at this guy because he's talking a lot of sense. Click, see your amazing channel logo, watch a couple of videos, I like this person, subscribe. And it's how I meet a lot of people. I met Scardcast and Commissar Warwick through the comment section. And it's how I got this job. It's how I got the job on Cadian Shop writing, is because I talked to him. Admittedly, I didn't talk to him via YouTube. I talked to him via Twitter. This is another massive way to expand. Twitter is great for a hobbyist. There are loads of hobbyists who are on YouTube and on Twitter at the same time. It's easy to talk to them that way. Plus, there are a lot of hobbyists who aren't on YouTube, who are on Twitter, that you can talk to, and possibly if they've just got like an account but don't make videos, they'll subscribe to you as well. It does, it works. It's easy enough to interact and work with a few people. There's so many out there that given a bit of work and a bit of time, it's easy enough. As a side point, make sure that you interact with your own viewers. The comments are your friend and your best friend and your worst enemy all at once. Anybody who spent any time watching YouTube videos knows about the bane that is the comment section. The comments can be evil, but other times they can give you some great advice. So if you get a piece of advice in the comment section, don't just think, oh, I don't like you, boom. Respond. Give a reasonable argument. Maybe if they're saying something you don't agree with, explain, well, yes, but I agree, I think this because this. And have a talk in the comment section. If they start lambasting you, then that's another story. But just keep interacting with them, because they're more likely to think, oh, this channel is actually worth my time. I'm going to stick around, and possibly I'm going to recommend them. As I've already said, work hard. That's my final point. It takes a lot of work, a lot of content, especially early on, and you may not see the results. Give it time, keep working. You will get there. People will find you. The more you put in, the more you get out. If you're throwing very little resource at your channel will just trundle along. It will get bigger, yes, but it won't go. If you're really working hard on your videos, people will eventually sit up and take notice, and then your channel will just explode. In a metaphorical sense. It's really good. So I think that just about covers it. If you want to discuss things with me, then my comment section is open. Go down there and ask me any questions. Possibly if you have some advice that I haven't covered in this video, feel free to comment it down there. For anyone who is thinking of starting up, it gives them another viewpoint and some more tips. So, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. As I say, feel free to comment below and be sure to share this video, because that way more people will see it and we may even get more hobbyists. If you have any questions, as I say, feel free to comment below. So thank you for watching. My name is Michael from Tactica Imperialis, and I will see you again.